Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how I was able to create a flashcard app to study for a certification exam that I'm taking. I'm going to show you how I was able to vibe code that using Claude, and then I'm also going to share a prompt that will allow you to create a similar app for any study topic of your choice. All right, so let's jump into Claude. Here I am, and I also want to say this is just the free version. You don't have to have any subscriptions to be able to do this. I'm also using Claude's model Sonnet 4 for this example. So it's really simple, actually. All I had to do was use two or three prompts. The first prompt that I gave it, I just kind of explained the context. I said, I am studying for the GCP Professional Cloud Architect Certification Exam. Create a flashcard app to help me learn each of the GCP services and what they do. For those of you that don't know, GCP is the Google Cloud Platform. So it's like the competitor with AWS or Microsoft Azure cloud services. And so all you have to do is hit go, and then it's going to start building it. All right, so there you can see the code getting written in real time. I'm going to pause this video for just a second while it builds so that the video doesn't get too long. All right, so as you can see, it finished building the app, and it took about maybe a minute or so. But if we look at the code, you can see that it was actually doing quite a bit. So I'm clicking here on this code tab. You can see it flips to the code. It's doing quite a bit. It has to put in every single service within GCP and a description, use cases, key features. So you can see that's just a big array of like dictionary objects for each of the services. And we're not going to get into the code in any detail or anything like that, but you can see all the different functions that it created. And if we go back to, so it's quite a bit of code. It would obviously take a long time if you were to write this on your own, but with Claude, I was able to do this in about 2 minutes with one prompt. So let's take a look at the interface here. Pretty nice, actually. You can see it has a nice title. The formatting is really nice. It looks good. This is honestly better than some apps that I made a few weeks ago. So I think it's either it's improving or just got lucky with this one. But yeah, you can see you can organize it by topic. So compute, storage, networking, database. And then I'm just going to stick with all services. And then you can see you have the flashcard here. And it tells you the category even. And if I click on it, then it flips and tells me all about it. The description, the use cases, the key features. If I scroll down here, I can even say mark for review, mark as mastered. And then it has like a nice tracker, keeps track of the ones that you've mastered. If I move on to the next one, maybe I want to review that one. And then I can keep going. So I think that's pretty slick. It even gives you some study tips, best practices. Um, I want to add to this a little bit though. One thing I want to do is right now the service is listed first, and you would, if you were studying, you would have to describe the service, and that's great. But I also want to have the option to see the description and then have to guess the service based on the description. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to paste another prompt. I said, great, add an option to toggle between seeing the service first and describing it versus seeing the description first and guessing the service. So I'm going to hit run, and in a minute it's going to start updating the code. All right, we'll pause the video and let it do its thing for just a minute. I don't want to make the video take too long, so I'm going to pause it real quick. All right, so we're back. It completed. That took about 30 or 40 seconds. One thing I wanted to point out is that I didn't point out before is that you can see all the versions um, that were built to get up to the latest point that we're at. So if I wanted to click into version 1, 2, 3, or 4, see what it was like before the latest version, it can do that. I'm not going to show you, look at the code for right now. It made some changes in the back end. But you can see here that the thing that changed the most was that now we have this way to toggle what's shown first. So right now it's showing the service first, and then you guess the description, or you have to say the description. But if I click on this, then it's going to show the description first, and then I have to guess the service. So that's pretty cool. It was doing what I wanted it to, or it did what I wanted it to. So yeah, I like that a lot. what I can do now is I can actually publish this and make it available on the web. And I will share the link in the description so that anyone who happens to be studying for the Google Cloud Platform Professional Cloud Architect exam can use this if they want. And then if I go here to another tab, and let me switch my sharing to show this tab instead. So now you can see that this app, we're just here in the browser looking at this app. It's a great way to study for this exam. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you is how to create a single prompt that will generate this app. So I'm going to say, now give me a prompt that would build this app in a single prompt. I didn't word that the best, but I think it'll get the job done. And so it says, here you go. Here's a comprehensive prompt that would build this entire GCP flashcard app in a single request, which is kind of cool. Like you can build an app or a product and then say, okay, what would be the best prompt to build this? And you can kind of learn how prompting works kind of by reverse engineering. So you see here, you have this prompt. It says create a flashcard web app. It even tells you like the framework, so build it as a React component with the following specifications. So a lot more detail than what I originally listed, but um, pretty cool, right? Like I could take this and build that whole app in one prompt. But now what I want to show in addition to that is how can I use this prompt or a similar prompt, but a more generic version of it to create a similar app, but for a different topic, perhaps. And what I'm going to ask it to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to say, good, now make it more generic so that I can fill in the blank for any study topic. I think I copied and pasted too much from my document the first time. Okay, so now you can see that it created this prompt and it should be more generic. So let's see, create an interactive flashcard web app for studying. That's where you'd fill in the blank with your topic, certification name, build it as a React component, core functionality, and then number of flashcards. Anything in brackets would be where you fill in the blanks of main subject, categories. So yeah, I really like this. So anyone can take this and essentially copy and paste it and then fill in the blanks for whatever you might be studying. I think let's see if it gives some examples. Okay, I don't think it gives some examples, but um, let's ask it. Give an example of using this prompt with another topic. Let's see what it comes up with. For medical terminology. So you can see here that we use the same prompt, but for medical terminology. So I'll share this prompt in the chat, or maybe a slightly more polished version of it in the chat so that you can use it to build a similar app for whatever you happen to be studying. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned a lot. If you liked it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thank you.